Cardi B cries bitterly after Stef Diggs' shocking Thanksgiving proposal, fans left in tears. The night was meant to be magical. A soft golden glow from hundreds of candles filled the private estate in upstate New York, where Cardi B and Stefon Diggs had chosen to celebrate Thanksgiving away from the world's flashing cameras. Snowflakes kissed the air gently, and the scent of roasted turkey, cinnamon pie, and sweet apple cider drifted through the grand hall like a warm embrace. This was supposed to be a peaceful evening. A night of love. A night of gratitude. But no one, absolutely no one, could have predicted the emotional storm that was about to unfold. Turkey, a Thanksgiving that turned into a fairy tale, and a nightmare. Cardi arrived holding their baby close, dressed in a soft ivory gown that shimmered under the fairy lights, her laughter echoing as she joked with family and close friends. Stef Diggs watched her from across the room, his eyes fixed on her like she was the only woman in existence. He had been planning this for months. Hidden behind the mansion, a custom-designed stage decorated with red roses, gold ribbons, and a glowing sign that read, "Forever with you," waited silently in the cold night air. A professional violinist softly played as guests were gently guided outside under the pretense of a family photo moment. Cardi had no idea. As she stepped outside, confused but smiling, Stef took her hand and whispered, "Baby, I just want you to look at the sky." Fireworks exploded into the darkness, painting the night with hearts and golden sparks. Gasps filled the crowd. Phones trembled. Tears already began to fall before a single word was spoken. Then Stef Diggs slowly dropped to one knee. Ring the $250 million proposal that made the world stop. From his pocket, he revealed a diamond ring so massive. It glowed like a frozen star. Custom-made in Paris, reportedly worth over $250 million, the ring shimmered with engraved words only Cardi could read. "My storm. My peace. My forever." Stef's voice cracked as he spoke. "Cardi. You came into my life when I least expected it. You healed parts of me I didn't even know were broken. I don't want another Thanksgiving, another sunrise, another breath without you beside me. Will you be my wife?" The crowd erupted into cheers. Family screamed. Friends cried. Everyone waited for the magical "yes." But instead, loudly crying face Cardi collapses in bitter tears. Cardi's smile faded. Her hands began to shake. Tears welled uncontrollably in her eyes. She stepped back. The silence was deafening. Her knees trembled as she covered her mouth, sobbing bitterly, her voice breaking into pieces. "Stef. I love you so much, but this hurts more than you know." The crowd froze. Cameras lowered. Even the violinist stopped playing. Stef stood up, confusion clouding his face. "What? Baby, what do you mean?" Cardi turned away, crying so hard she could barely breathe. Broken heart, a devastating confession. Through broken sobs, she revealed the truth that shattered the perfect moment. "I wanted this. I dreamed about this, but the pressure, the gossip, the pain, the past. I'm scared. Scared to fail again. Scared to lose myself. Scared you'll wake up one day and regret choosing me." Her words stabbed through the cold night like glass. Stef reached out, his voice trembling. "I don't care about the world. I only care about you." But Cardi fell to her knees in emotional wreckage, crying into his hands. "I'm not rejecting you. I'm rejecting the fear inside me." Water wave Stef Diggs breaks down. The strong, composed NFL star finally cracked. Tears streamed down his face as he whispered, "Cardi, you're not alone. This ring isn't just a promise, it's my fight for us. I'll wait for you. A week. A year. A lifetime." And with that, he gently placed the ring into her trembling hand instead of forcing it onto her finger. Mobile phone, the internet erupts. Within minutes, leaked footage exploded across social media. Cardi B refuses Thanksgiving proposal, Stef Diggs heartbroken but loyal. This is the most emotional celebrity moment of the year. Fans flooded the internet with support. Speech balloon, this is raw love. Not drama. Real emotion. Speech balloon, I cried watching this. Stef is a king. Speech balloon, Cardi deserves healing, not pressure. The hashtag pray for Cardi trended worldwide in under 10 minutes. Rose the quiet after the storm. Later that night, in a private room away from the chaos, Stef held Cardi as she sobbed quietly against his chest. He kissed her forehead gently and whispered, "We don't need a timeline. Just love." Cardi finally looked up, her eyes swollen but sincere. "One day, when my heart feels safe again. I want it to be you, Stef. No one else." He smiled through tears. "Then I'll be right here when that day comes. Red heart, a love still breathing." Though the proposal didn't end with a fairy tale, yes, fans agree on one thing. This wasn't heartbreak. This was vulnerability. This was real. And as Thanksgiving candles slowly burned out that night, one truth remained undeniable. Their love story is far from over. Cardi B cries bitterly after Stef Diggs' Thanksgiving proposal, a night that shook the internet. The mansion was glowing. Millions of tiny golden lights wrapped around the palm trees, the balcony, the fountain, everything. Thanksgiving at Cardi B's private estate wasn't just a dinner, it was an experience. A-list celebrities, family, close friends, stylists, chefs, and security filled the property, but no one, absolutely no one, was prepared for what was about to happen. Inside, long crystal tables overflowed with gourmet Thanksgiving delicacies, truffle-infused turkey, candied yams glazed with honey, lobster mac and cheese, champagne towers, and designer desserts shaped like autumn leaves. Cardi B, draped in a soft champagne-colored gown that hugged her curves perfectly, floated around the room laughing, posing for selfies, and blessing everyone with her signature energy. But behind that loud laughter, there was tension. For weeks, rumors had flooded social media. Broken heart, are Cardi B and Stefon Diggs on the rocks? Ring, secret engagement cancelled. Crying face, Cardi heartbroken again. Even Cardi's fans noticed her recent silence, her emotional posts, her cryptic captions. Something was wrong. And she felt it deeply. Stefon Diggs, usually confident and playful, was different that evening. Observant. Nervous. Clutching his champagne glass a little too tightly. Glancing repeatedly toward the terrace where rose petals had been subtly arranged in a winding path. As the night approached its peak, the live jazz band slowed into a soft romantic melody. Conversations hushed. Forks paused mid-air. Stefon stood up. "Everyone, may I have your attention," he said, his voice calm yet trembling. The room froze. Cardi turned slowly, her expression shifting from curiosity to confusion. "Babe, what's going on?" she whispered with a nervous smile. Stefon walked toward her, each step echoing in the silent room. Then, shockingly, he dropped to one knee. A collective gasp ripped through the crowd. Somebody dropped a glass. Cameras flashed wildly. The internet live streams exploded in real time. Stefon opened a velvet box revealing a diamond so massive it seemed unreal, a custom-cut ring rumored to be worth over $100 million, embedded with rare pink and white stones symbolizing their turbulent but passionate journey. "Cardi," he began, voice cracking, eyes glossy. "You've shown me love, pain, strength, forgiveness. You've stood by me when the world doubted us. I don't want another Thanksgiving without you. I don't want another sunrise without being your husband. Will you marry me?" Silence. Dead silence. Cardi B's lips began to tremble. Her hands flew to her face. Tears welled instantly. But these weren't soft tears, these were deep, painful, overflowing sobs. The kind that come from years of emotional battles, broken trust, and unresolved wounds. I can't believe this, she whispered, her voice breaking. She stepped back, shaking, overwhelmed. The crowd held their breath. Do you know how much you hurt me? She cried, eyes filled with raw emotion. Do you know how many nights I cried wondering if I was enough for you? Stefan's face shattered. Every day, he replied. And I hate myself for it. But I love you more than anything. I'm not perfect, Cardi. But my heart belongs to you. Cardi collapsed into tears, sobbing uncontrollably. The woman known for her fierce attitude, bold confidence, and untouchable swagger was now completely vulnerable in front of everyone. She dropped to her knees against him, her forehead resting on his shoulder. I'm scared, she sobbed. I'm scared to believe again. Stefan gently cupped her face. Then let me prove it for the rest of my life. The crowd began whispering. Some crying. Others praying silently. Cardi looked at the ring again. Her hands shook as she reached for it. And finally, through tears, trembling lips, and overwhelming emotion, she whispered. Yes, yes, I'll marry you. The room erupted. Cheers. Screams. Applause. Confetti cannons blasted gold and red petals into the air. Champagne sprayed. The band switched into a love anthem as Stef slid the ring onto her finger, sealing a moment that instantly became legendary. Cardi sobbed even harder, clutching him tightly. These are not sad tears, she cried. These are healing tears. Social media went into chaos. Fire, Thanksgiving proposal of the century. Fire, they really did that. Fire, Cardi finally found her forever. Fire, Stef Diggs redeemed himself. Within minutes, hashtags trended worldwide. Hashtag Cardi engaged. Hashtag Stef and Cardi. Hashtag Thanksgiving proposal. Hashtag love wins. Outside, fireworks exploded across the night sky spelling. Forever with you, Cardi. And as they danced together beneath falling rose petals, wrapped in each other's arms, the same love that once felt broken now looked reborn, stronger, louder, and more emotional than ever. A Thanksgiving no one will ever forget. Broken heart, right arrow, ring, red heart.
도시가 보이곤 해. 그 도시에는 또 다른 내가 하늘에 떠가는 비행기를 올려다보고 있겠지. 난 하늘을 보고 또 쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주도